Hi everyone, this is Mark Hastings and welcome to Mark the Poet, the podcast. Hi everyone, this is Mark and this is episode 4 of Mark the Poet, the podcast. And in this episode, I want to read another poem from my book, The Dreamer and the Dream. I want to discuss my writing process in a way, and I also want to recite one of my most recent poems, which is called Eyes. And I hope you enjoy this episode. So, as I said, I want to dive back into my book, The Dream and the Dream, which was published back in 2015, which is a collection of poems that I've written, and I also want to discuss my writing process, where it all begins, and how I write. So perhaps that's the best place to start. So, like any writer, everybody's beginning the start of their writing journey, whether it's poetry or prose, whether it's a book, a song, whatever. It all starts from inspiration, and inspiration comes in many forms and from many sources. And if you're a writer or a singer or someone who plays an instrument, or even just an artist who paints, then the inspiration is exactly the same. It comes from the same place. It comes from deep within, but it also comes from the outside world. It comes from an artist's reaction to what they see, what they hear, what they feel, and it all combines within an artist, within their mind, within their imagination. And it's no different for me. I could just hear someone say a phrase, or I could see a specific colour, and after which I found myself, even from the beginning, when I first wrote my first poem, I could feel the stimulation of inspiration within me, and I just knew that I had to write down and record what was being stirred in my mind, and the rest, as I say, is history. Because once you open a door like that, door of inspiration, which can be triggered, as I say, by music, by people, by the sun and the sky, by anything and everyone. If you're the right person at the right time, that can be powerful fuel to create some new art. For me, it used to start right here at home, my bedroom. I used to just be sitting there looking out the window, and then I would just be inspired to write something, anything, just to get my thoughts, my feelings out there and put on a page. First began writing like most people do, just note paper, and then I started writing notebooks. I have a lot of those all saved up, collected, that are filled with all manner of poems, some that I published in my books and I've shared online for the people to read, and others that I reread after I'd written them, and I just thought, maybe they should just stay where they are, but you never know. With gold mines like that, you may need to reveal them again one day, and you may find something that is beneficial to other people. So you never know. And that's the great thing about writing or art in general. It's all memories, and I've always thought of my notebooks as journals that I've written as I've gone on my journey, which is not over and will never be over. But yeah, so there's a little insight into my writing process. And I usually I've written in cafes, I've written in hotel rooms, I've written on airplanes, going to places, wherever the inspiration hit me, that's where I wrote. And sometimes it could come at random times of the day, but that's one of the most exciting parts about being an artist, is that you never know when the next bolt of artistic inspiration is going to hit you. But as I said, what I want to do today is I want to read you a poem from Dream and the Dream, and I also want to read you a poem that I published on my website, markthepoet.me, not long ago, and I hope you like them. So the poem from The Dream and the Dream is called The Feeling. Every day I'm overcome by a sudden intense wave of emotion, like the tide of an ocean. I could be doing anything at any time when I feel a lightheadedness that is one of a kind. And when I feel it, I know that something is about to happen. I know something is happening right now. I know something is building and rising and growing in so many ways, like the sun in the sky. Our internal thoughts have more of an external influence than we may think they might. I've imagined things happening and they have come true. I've come face to face with something I dreamed about one night. I've seen things turn around on themselves and show themselves to me again, as if they were brand new. My thoughts often bubble up and leave the confines of my mind. My emotions are noticeable and can be read in every language that I know, from the sound of my voice to the tone of my poetry to the language of my body. My instincts know how to read most of the universe's signs, but I always find myself somewhere I might never at first would have thought to go, which makes the choices that I make sometimes more spontaneous and in the moment, and they are phenomena of my life that have stayed with me. I remember where I was, who I was with, what I thought, what I felt, what every second meant, when something that turned out to be life-changing for me flashed into existence and changed me, and propelled me on a new course and direction as a result. I have the gift to see myself as I was at a particular time in my life, and although those days will never happen again, and those moments can't ever be repeated, I'm truly blessed to have lived a life that has been so eventful, epic, inspiring, and full. I am nostalgic. I am someone who looks at old photographs and says to myself, remember when? I believe that love is more than a word, more than a simple emotion, more than even a poet or a song could ever truly express. Because it is real magic. I don't let go of anything without a fight, especially something that I believe with all my heart was heaven sent. I know I am not dreaming, and the thing that I am imagining is so amazing, awe-inspiring and heart-racing that it becomes the dominant thought that I can't stop thinking about. And when what I am seeing is so exciting, it becomes the defining meaning of everything I'm intensely feeling. That was my poem, The Feeling. And now I want to read to you my latest poems from my website, markthepoet.me, and it's called Eyes. I wonder how many people realise that when they are staring into another person's eyes, that they are not only looking at the windows into a person's soul, but they are also seeing the most external part of that person's brain, which is constantly relaying multiple images at the speed of light down the optic nerve of each eye to the part of the brain responsible for making decisions and stimulating many simultaneous reactions as a result. And it is also true that you can tell a lot about a person's health and their lifestyle by watching the way that the iris of someone's eye moves, dilates, focuses and flickers. And I think the fact that our eyes have such a direct connection to the way our brain operates, the thoughts that we have, and the storm of chemicals that bubble up within us perfectly symbolises why it is important to take care of your eyes, because they are vital in more ways than some people might realise. And I'm not sure if you can tell by listening to the poem that I read to you previously, The Feeling, and the poem that I just read to you, Eyes, that there is definitely a change in the writing style, and that is something that's happened and it's evolved over time. Both poems are written probably 5 years apart, and of course within that time I have changed, and in the process my writing has changed, the way I write has changed, and I sometimes do see that change in tone, if you can call it that, in my writing, and I think it's just a way that people can see progression in their own art, and I don't think that's a bad thing. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope you check out my new poems on my website, markthepoet.me, whenever you can. I post there quite regularly every week. I'll try to write whenever I can, whenever the inspiration lightning bolt hits me, and I'm always thinking about something, always writing something, and that's the thing about life. It's very inspiring in so many ways, even through the dark clouds that sometimes surround us. There is a beam of light that we can use to our advantage to get us through the day, and we all need to focus on that. We need to just keep going the best that we can, especially in days like we're going through right now. But as I said, I think I'm going to leave it there for now. Hope you enjoyed listening, and thank you very much. Hi there, I'm Mark Hastings. If you don't already know me, I'm a writer, I'm a poet, I'm an author. I'm the author of 10 books, and this is my podcast, Mark the Poet, which is an extension of my website, markthepoet.me, where I regularly post brand new poems that I've written. And as I said, I'm the author of 10 books. First one was Poet of the Sphere. The second was The Sound of Mark. The third was The Eternal Boy. The fourth was The Dreamer and the Dream. The fifth was Truly Madly Deeply. The sixth was Too Close to the Sun. The seventh was The Wolf in Me. The eighth was Playing God. The ninth was The Wolf in You. And the 10th and most recent one came out this year is called The Rambler. And this book is a book of poetry. I majoritively write poetry, but some of the books that I've shown you that I've written are stories, some short stories, some in long form. Yeah, so this is my podcast. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you comment if you like what you see, what you hear, and comment, share more of my poetry and more of my recollections of how I wrote what I have written and what I am hopefully going to write in the future. Thanks for listening.